In this vid, I'll be showing complete sets of the Aquapolis and Skyridge series, both regular and reverse. So we're going to start off with the Skyridge series. There are the 4 different booster pack wrappers, and starting off with the hollows. And the hollows came in a little bit of a different format. Rather than just being labeled as number 1, they had an H in front of them, so it's H1 through H32. And then we go with normal numbers starting at 1 with non-hollow rares. The Expedition series, well, not Expedition series, the e-reader series, I think, are some of my favorite sets. The Aquapolis and Skyridge sets took quite a while to complete. In fact, there's only 2 more sets that I need to complete, the Shadowless and Deoxys set. So these were right before that. And I'm kind of going fast through these sets just because there are so many cards, and because you're about to see the cards pretty much at the same time in reverse. But of course, you are always welcome to pause if you'd like to take a closer look at a card. I will zoom in on all 6 of the crystal cards, since these are incredibly rare and pretty difficult to find. And just overall beautiful cards. So those are the 6 crystal cards. And then we go on to the reverse set. So they just made reverses out of the regular set. They didn't take the hollows and make them reverse. I believe this, and I think that's just because the artwork is pretty repetitive from the hollows to the rares. Essentially, if you're a player, you could pretty much just play the same card being in rare form. The hollows were more aimed towards collectors or players that really wanted to make their decks look pretty. I always thought it was interesting that buried fossil is put in with the Pokemon rather than a trainer or supporter. I mean, I know it's played as a Pokemon, but still technically not a Pokemon, so it's kind of interesting. In newer sets, the fossil cards are put with the trainers, supporters, and stadiums. Oh, point out, nice little Pikachu card. They did some very good artwork on that one. I always like that Snorlax, which has been a rare in previous sets, is a either common or uncommon in this one. I think, yeah, that's a common. And then finishing up the reverses with the trainers, supporters, and stadiums. And then the crystal cards also came in reverse. There were crystal cards for the Expedition series, 3 crystal cards. However, they did not come in or not the Expedition series, Aquapolis series. However, they did not come in reverse. So this was a new thing for collectors, is to pull a reverse crystal card. So that is the complete regular and reverse Skyridge set. And now we're going to go on to the Acropolis set. So there are the 4 pack wrappers that you can get. And same thing with the Acropolis set. They, instead of printing the hollows with the starting off with the number 1, they put an H in front of them, so it's H1. I believe they did 32 of these again. Yep, 32 additional hollows. And then Ampharos starts number 1 in the set with the non-hollow rares, and there's quite a few of them. Another interesting thing about this set, and I don't think they did it in Skyridge, I may be mistaken though, is because they're e-reader series, they printed duplicate cards of some of them. So this is version A and this is version B. They look exactly the same, they have the same attacks, but you get something different, I believe, when you scan them into your e-reader. I actually don't have an e-reader, so I can't tell you what that different thing is, but that's why they did it. Here we go again with Drowsy version A and Drowsy version B. And there's at least two more. Mr. Mime version A and version B. Porygon version A and version B. And I think that's all they did, yep. And so now we're into trainers, supporters, and stadiums. And like the Skyridge set, this is another pretty big set. And just 3 crystal cards in this set. This set it was actually printed before Skyridge, so this was the introduction of the crystal cards, Kingdra, Lugia, and Nidoking. And they did not make reverses of them. And then here we go with the reverses of the set. So they didn't make reverses of the holos, again, just like in Skyridge, pretty much because you could, it's the same card, same artwork. It's a little bit repetitive. They did, however, make reverses of version A and version B for the cards that they printed in that style, as you can see there. So, made it a little more difficult as a collector to get those. But overall, the e-reader series are probably some of my favorite sets. I think they did the artwork is kind of all over the place. You can definitely tell there were several different artists collaborating on these sets. But some of the artwork I think just is amazing. And then we're finishing up with the trainers, supporters, and stadiums, as well as special energy. So, that is my complete regular and reverse Aquapolis set. I have a few more complete set vids coming up, so keep an eye out for that, as well as 2 more sets before I am done with my collection goal, and then just focus on promos, era cards, that sort of thing. So keep a lookout for those.